Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This will get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news gritty economic data as atop today's news. Firstly, in the US, another consumer confidence survey was released overnight, indicating strong levels. The survey is widely respected, but is oddly different to the other main survey. Most countries, including New Zealand, have two consumer sentiment surveys, and it is unusual for them to point in different directions, but the American ones do. Their multiple business surveys point in the same direction, but these two stand out by being at odds. Maybe it's just another reflection of their bifurcated society. Meanwhile, their key house price index came in slightly lower than expectations, and growth in prices was under 6% for the first time in a year. So we now have a loss of momentum for price growth to match cooling volume growth there. Mexico's GDP growth came in at 2.7% year-on-year in September, the same as for June, but it was higher than markets were expecting. In Australia, they still haven't ratified the new TPP agreement, despite their commitments to do so, and time is running out. November 1 is a key date for the trade deal to come into force at the start of 2019, and Australia's ratification is the last one needed for that to happen. But the Aussies are having trouble getting their act together. The Shanghai equity markets were up 1% in trade yesterday. The home team is still active. Today, Wall Street is up 0.5% in early afternoon trade. In Singapore, the head of their sovereign wealth fund is warning that credit excesses and property markets are two of the big challenges facing China. He says key tasks for the country include the ongoing shift from investment to consumption, improving corporate governance, controlling pollution and reducing poverty. Progress is uncertain in most of these, so risks are elevated. Economic growth in the EU slipped to 1.7% in the September quarter, down from 2.2% in the June quarter. This was not helped by results from France and Italy. Economic sentiment in the EU, the combining of their business and consumer surveys, is turning decidedly lower, mainly because of dipping business sentiment. The US Treasury 10-year yield is unchanged at 3.10%, but their 2-10 curve has slipped under 26 basis points. The Aussie government 10-year is at 2.59%, up 1 basis point. The Chinese government 10-year is at 3.54%, unchanged, and the New Zealand government 10-year is also unchanged at 2.55%. Gold is at $1,223 an ounce, a dip of $2. US oil prices are softer again today at just over $66 a barrel, and the Brent benchmark is just over $76 a barrel. Rising supply and falling economic growth are factors pushing the price lower. The Kiwi dollar is starting today a little firmer at 65.6 US cents. On the cross rates, we're at 92.3 Aussie cents and 57.8 euro cents. That puts the TWI up to 70.2. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.